And it's the Kiwis to kick off. Through Bancroft, and Featherstone Rovers wearing tonight their change strip of red and white hoops. They normally play in blue and white hoops. Rovers from inside their own half. They'll be anxious to come back before their own supporters after the disappointment of that Yorkshire Cup final defeat. Nicely moved out. That's a pretty good solid tackle on Trevor Clark, one of the three Kiwis in the Featherstone side. The others are Rapati and Bell. There's the big boot downfield, and it's Taiwo. Kills it with his foot before trying to slip through. And although this is the Kiwis' so-called second string, their brilliant performance at Hull indicates that they are genuinely a touring side with two teams, but that wasn't the sort of movement we saw at Hull. But they have been slow starters in most of the games on tour, the Kiwis. That's Peter Smith. Featherstone Rovers, and it's loose forward Andy Fisher. They're inside their own half. There's the kick downfield. Morgan Edwards, and tackled from 12 yards out, and offside. Mr. Bowman catches everyone offside. And I've just recognized the fact that the gentleman in the middle is the man to whom I gave direction pointers to the Featherstone ground tonight, the referee. It's Phil Bancroft. It's George Mann. Well, almost a knock on, but that's almost a nice break too by Wayne Wallace. Sending it left, Brendan Tutor to Clark. Another dummy, half sold, but the ball lost. Oops, that was a high tackle that. It went over the top of the head, fortunately, but it was a pretty high tackle. I wonder if Mr. Bowman will be awarding a penalty. I think he will indeed. Penalty to Featherstone Rovers. Wayne Wallace, the man who tried the decapitation job. It's a good kick. And it's Rovers on the attack. Number 25. Oh, that's a good thumping run by Alan Dakin. Peter Smith working a move. This is good stuff. The crowd enjoying this from Rovers. Again, Peter Smith, but this time he walks into a tackle from Nika and Tuta. And it looks as if he got, oh no, Peter Smith getting up. But he lost possession, and so it's a scrum with the head and ball to the Kiwis. Bancroft to feed. And to take Clark. Oh, Clark accelerating. Good acceleration too by Clark. And the ball knocked down. That was a timely knockdown, that was. Good break by Clark. So no score. It's 6 minutes gone in this game. Offside the Kiwis. It's Ian Smales some son of Tommy Smales, who played senior rugby for Rovers. So it's Trevor Clark starting in. Again, it's Dakin thumping in. Glenn Bell. Good stuff by Rovers this, and it's calling for a lot of good defence by New Zealand. A few intricate moves. You can see the hallmark of Peter Fox in some of these moves. Oh, a nice break from the acting half-back position. Alan Banks managed to get it away. And it's still Rovers giving the ball air. Andy Fisher, Peter Smith. Well played, and Bell. It's the last tackle. Ian Smales, the kick, two-turn, Dawe. Pretty close stuff. Good round of applause from Rovers fans. Nice kick ahead. And Taewa just got there in time. And just for those of you who might be having a little difficulty adjusting to the camera angles, our main cameras are on the 25-yard or 22-metre line, currently at the New Zealand end of the ground. And it's Rovers again, looking for a gap. Well, oh, fisted on rather loosely, but it's still running loose. Anybody's ball, but so well picked up by Chris Bibb. And the fist must have gone in there, fist or a boot. Penalty will no doubt be forthcoming from this. Penalty duly comes. Brendan Tudor is kicked off. And Glenn Bell goes storming in. Smith, Smales. Dummy so by Dakin. And a penalty. Yet another penalty. Well, it's much nearer the post. And it looks as if Ian Smales is taking the kicks. Rovers without their usual goal kicker, Mark Napper, tonight. It's Ian Smales. That's a good kick. 2-0. Ian Smales gives first blood to Featherstone, but that's nothing new to the late starting Kiwis. We haven't seen them really run the ball yet, just one break from Clark. the Kiwis in the Featherstone half for the first time for several minutes. Featherstone leading 2-0. Kiwis haven't had too much possession in this game so far. Oh, that's a lovely break. Peter Smith. Taiwa. Dave Watson had a great game against Hull. Some spectacular fast running. Nikau. Oh, held on beautifully. Sherlock. And it's Edwards who's there. The first real time the Kiwis have opened up. And it's Sherlock who gives the final pass to fullback Morvin Edwards. Fine try. Bancroft, the usual kicker in these what might not too unkindly be called second string games. Good kicker he is too. Around the corner job. Yeah, nice one too. Tourist leads 6-2. Good ball by Koiti. What a super break by Watson. He's so quick. If he gets away, oh, that's good tackle. Excellent cover tackle by Fisher. But Watson seemed to be away there. But that shows the speed of Dave Watson. Hasn't made the test teams, but he's not been far away. A bit of a mess, but the ball must have emerged. Certainly has on the Rovers side. Oh, it's a loose pass or kicked ahead. Drummond having to kick it dead. Well, that's unfortunate from possession from the scrum because it's a dropout underneath the posts, and that'll set up another Kiwi attack. It's Smales who boots it out. It's Sherlock who receives it. Going across field now, deciding to straighten up, but straightening up into a tackle from Trevor Clark. Francis Leota. Intricate move. There, the front row forwards working well. Oh, that's excellent running by Man. But it's Featherstone who have it. Possession lost. Good time for Rovers to get it to. They were being stretched. Oh, very loosely sent out by Bell. That was dangerous. It was a very loose, careless pass by Bell. Bancroft to Clark. Clark, delayed just a little too long, but who's got the ball? It's 6 more, the Kiwis must have it. And Watson trying to go over the line, he's made it. Dave Watson went over from the play the ball. Well, the defence caught sleeping then because Watson isn't a big man. He's not a front row forward who can crash over, but Watson just wriggled over. So Bancroft with a kick from an almost identical position to the first one. 10-2 for the Kiwis. Phil Bancroft had a spell in Britain with Rochdale Hornets. Oh, missed that one, aimed for the near post and just missed it. It's 10-2 for the Kiwis. Well, Rovers, after their bright start, are fading a little, and the Kiwis doing exactly what they've done in other matches. They've taken a little time to settle down, and then they start running the ball. Leota. Mann, who's with St Helens and will have an extended season with them because of this break. And ball lost. Oh, it's played. Drummond waiting for it. Barry Drummond running into tackles in front of the post. And relief for Rovers with a penalty for offside.
Substitution for Featherstone Rovers. Number 14, Sean Newlove, to replace number 1, Chris Bibb.
On comes the older Newlove brother. He's 12 months older than the international Paul, to replace Chris Bibb. Bell and Dakin. Scrum half Tim Sharp in the side tonight because Derek Fox is in the Great Britain party. Rovers now inside the 25 with yet another running chance. They trail by 10 points to 2. Peter Smith, the captain and playmaker in the pack, trying to get Gary Price through. There's a kick through by Sharp, or knock on by Edwards onto the post. Teasing grubber kick that by Sharp, and Edwards fell for it. So the head and ball close to the post. Oh, pity that Peter Smith slipped. But the attacks continues for 5 more tackles. It's Sharp to Smales. And a knock on. I don't think Glenn Bell expected that pass, and it was a big disappointment to Rovers, who were lining themselves up for an attack. They have possession from that scrum. Oh, good running. He's lost the ball and a knock on. What a pity, because although Fisher had the ball knocked out of his grasp, it went behind him. And Trevor Clark knocked on it in his urgency to pick it up. Edwards, a good tackle by Manning. The Rovers have reshaped their side. They've got Ian Smales on the wing now that Sean Newlove has come on for Chris Bibb. And again the ball's lost, and again Rovers have it. The crowd getting warmed up now. They want a Rovers try. Barry Drummond. Nice dummy. And the ball, where is it? The man who went over the line, Trevor Clark, didn't have the ball with him. Peter Smith. It's Sharp. Well, surely Rovers can get something out of this. They've been in this area for nearly 5 minutes since they conceded that second try. That's Banks who's moved inside. That's Sean Newlove. Barry Drummond chasing this. Oh, who can get that? Is this a try? No, brought down. The 6 more tackles though. 6 more to make it count. And Drummond trying to go from the play the ball and emulate Watson. He's wanting to play the ball. The long one by Sharp, trying to overlap the defence. The centre's in it. That's a hard tackle on Ropati. And Rovers have been driven back a bit. It's Banks, it's Trevor Clark, Dakin. Tremendous sustained stuff this, in attack and defence. And someone's going to be pulled out. I think it's Brendan Tutor. They're being picked out from that ruck. Wayne Wallace, the captain, being brought over to listen to this. That's a penalty, and Ian Smales is preparing to kick it. Well, the Rovers were going for a try and a possible 6 points. For the time being, they may have to settle for 2 because of that incident. It's over. 2 goals from Smales. Featherstone Rovers 4, New Zealand 10. 10-4. Drummond. Whoops. Well, Mr. Bowman saying round his shoulders, didn't connect with his head or jaw. The crowd didn't think so. So Rovers, after kicking that penalty, have to go all the way down again. That's Fisher making the half break, but not able to release anyone. David Awe hasn't had much of the ball tonight. Man. Wallace at acting half-back. Oh, a clean dummy. He's got Mike Coiti there. Oh, that was a bit of selfishness, I think, by Wayne Wallace there, because I think Mike Coiti was in the clear if he'd unloaded to his left. But it's going to right now. Bancroft to Clark. He's smothered. Leota. And the last tackle. Clark, Bancroft. Floats out the long one. There are 3-1 over there. Kuiti, Edwards himself. Kuiti again. And they don't make it. It's penalty. That could be for a deliberate forward pass, possibly. Well, we'll see if he's going to kick it. So it certainly was a penalty, not the normal handover, possibly for a deliberate forward pass, a decision that isn't too often given nowadays. Glenn Bell. Rovers 4-10. Peter Smith getting it out. But some of their passing a bit loose. Not gaining a lot of ground. That's Dakin taking over from Gary Price. Trevor Clark starting that move, but that's a loose pass. And it's away, but it's in touch. Bancroft feeds and retrieves. Clark, Watson, Bancroft again. Intricate little move behind the scrum. It's Watson, Nikau. It's Leota. And he gets away from a couple of tackles, won't go down. Just under the half hour gone. New Zealand on attack. Bancroft, Clark, Sherlock. And the knock on by Clark. A little over elaboration there by the Kiwis. They missed out Watson. Sharp feeding. Bit untidy. Penalty. Not retiring. Smales. Now Rovers. Glenn Bell. Can get the try that would tie the scores. Dakin. Peter Smith. And a hard ball for Price to take. Bouncing into the welcoming arms of Tuta. Kuiti. Wallace, Leota, Bancroft, the little kick. Play on, says the referee. Oh, what a chance! Fisher, good running by Fisher. Very quick thinking by both referee and the Featherstone loose forward. Price, Clark, Smith. Bell, and again the pass thrown away. Little unfortunate for Rovers, but some of these careless passes giving away valuable territorial advantage. George Mann plays it to himself. Bancroft, Nikau, up to the halfway line. Edwards, Clark. Final tackle to Bancroft. Bancroft bangs it high. Underneath is the substitute Newlove, who takes it well. Rovers through Dakin and a knock on. Well, again, another loose pass. Everyone thought that Dakin would die with the ball. Instead, he threw out a very poor pass, which was not surprisingly knocked on, and that gives the Kiwis head and ball just 15 yards away from the Featherstone line. Well, that's one against the head. That's the second Rovers have won against the head. But again, a sloppy pass gives away the advantage. Bancroft. Nikau looking for someone to give it to. Bancroft again. Leota. He wants someone to give it to. Kiwis in full cry again. Oh, that was a high tackle. Surely, well, no, Mr. Bowman says he's not hurt. And this time, the referee does award a penalty to the Kiwis for an offence at the play of the ball. Oh, not playing it, rolling it through. So it's a penalty to Rovers. Well, that let Rovers off the hook. Glenn Bell. Trevor Clark. Dakin, the ever-willing Dakin. Sharp and Smith. Well, the ball being in plenty of air. Banks did well. Good spell of rugby this by Rovers, but they're still looking for their first try. Smith. An attempt to unload. Well, he's not being allowed to play it. Sharp floating it out. Yet again. This time it's Ropati who throws out the loose pass. So much possession has been given away by Rovers. There's Smales on Taiwa. Kuiti going up the touchline side. Tuta. Bancroft, Clark. And offside. A kick at goal, says Phil Bancroft. Well, he's just 10 yards inside the Featherstone half. It's an ambitious kick, but it's straight. Phil Bancroft. Well, he knew he could do it, and he did it with the greatest of aplomb. 12-4. It's Tuta Taiwa. Wayne Wallace. Kuiti to kick. Now it's a chase. Dave Watson racing along, but so is Drummond. Drummond will get there. That was a good kick by Kuiti. Watson's pretty fast, but Drummond read it well and ran it well. Back come the Kiwis with George Mann. Leota. 3 minutes before half time. Are the Kiwis going to get another try? It's Nikau to Watson. Watson a dummy. Over goes the referee. Awards the try, and Dave Watson's burst was just enough to take him in at the corner. Well, that's stretched the Kiwis lead to 16-4, healthy and comfortable one to go in at half-time. And Dave Watson once again demonstrates his speed off the mark and his quickness to see an opening. Phil Bancroft, who approaches every kick confidently, whatever the distance, whatever the direction. He certainly won't lack length. This time it's wide, but it's still a healthy looking lead. Featherstone Rovers 4, New Zealand 16. Well, their ball banged full into touch, so it's a penalty to the Kiwis. Now, will Phil Bancroft elect to go for a kick or goal? Well, he's surely not that confident. No, not that confident. But the Kiwis in full cry again. Taiwa. And they're hungry for another try before half-time. Wallace to Nikau. Nikau. That's another try. Made by Wallace for Nikau. A Featherstone mistake. Kicking out full. A quick penalty by Bancroft. Quick burst by Taiwa. And Wallace sends in Nikau. $22 points to 4 as Bancroft kicks it. Well, we saw at Hull that the Kiwis can tread on the accelerator in the second session. That must be a worrying thought for Peter Fox and his Featherstone side. Already trailing 22-4. And there goes the hooter. And after a bright start by Rovers, in which they took a 2-0 lead through a penalty, it's been pretty well one-way attacking traffic since then, but Rovers have made it worse for themselves by some sloppy handling. The tries have come in the end to the Kiwis, who lead by 22 points to 4. George Mann just 5 yards out. The Kiwis looking for another try as Bancroft whizzes it out and the ball's lost. Picked up by Price. Gratian and Bell. Smith. Fisher. Get off him, say the crowd. Oh, dear me, he took his eye off the ball then. He'd made up his mind to catch it and where he was going to kick it before it. It's Smales, in fact, who did that. Knocked on. Well, that sets up a really dangerous position now. They have possession. Bancroft making the extra man as Tuta gave it out. Nikau still going, gets it out, and the try. Looks, yes. No, forward pass. Brendan Tuta went over, but the pass was forward. And the mist at the moment coming down fairly thickly over Featherstone. Derisory cheer from the crowd as a penalty is awarded to Featherstone, and Smales takes it. Bell. Price. Smith. Got it. Oh, and the ball knocked down, but play on, says the referee, giving 6 more. It hit a descender. 6 more tackles. Now can we have a Rovers try? Sharp. Looking to Bell. Surely Trevor Clark's in. Good try and well deserved. Lovely move. A well deserved try. Started off by the young halfback Sharp. And it's Trevor Clark, a New Zealander, who has the satisfaction of scoring against his compatriots. Smales with the kick. Well, that makes the score look a little healthier for Rovers. It's 22 points to 10 to the Kiwis. And does that herald a revival? Bancroft bangs it deep. Taken well by Drummond. Sharp. Well, almost getting through. Got through the first line, but not the second. Terry Manning trying to slip through. Sharp, Gratian. Kick through by Sharp. Taken by Ewe. And Taiwo dropped it. Well, a better spell this by Rovers. They've obviously had a good talking to from Peter Fox at half-time. Temporarily at least, they've stiffened up their defence and they're spending more time in the Kiwi half. They've already scored that one try to Trevor Clark. They're in search of another through Drummond. Sharp, Fisher. Manning, Clark. Good running by Trevor Clark. Sharp. Oh, this is much better stuff from Rovers, and he's got the crowd behind them. Long one. Oh, what a pity. Alan Banks, a long one, and Jeff Gratian, of all people, the veteran member of the side, knocking it on. But certainly the Rovers are giving the Kiwis something to think about. It was beginning to look like a rout just before half-time. And one against the head. Oh, good tackle. The penalty. Eva Ropati was almost through there. Now they're going to run it. Sustained, exciting spell this from Rovers, looking for a second try. Gary Price. Only yards away from the Kiwi line. Can one of the big men get over? An attempt to do a Watson, just pulled down short, but the Kiwis will do well to survive this. Smith sending it the other way to Gratian. Smales to Smith. Tremendous stuff this. Oh, good rugby. Exciting stuff. Can they keep it going? Price. The last tackle, but this has been a great spell of rugby. Sharp, high into the sky over the line. Manning. Great stuff, great comeback by Rovers. And we've seen a few from them this season in the Yorkshire Cup semi-final against Castleford twice. Kiwis unable to make that ball dead as Sharp put in the high kick. And the ball moved out to Manning. Is it going to drop in? No, but close. So the Kiwis have been really pecked back. They were sailing through it at 22-4. A little different now, 22-14. Oh, a knock on by Drummond. Well, just when Rovers are back in the game, they give an opportunity to the Kiwis to get back into it with that Drummond knock on. Out it comes, Clark, Watson, Edwards is up in the line, gets it out, Taiwa. No, he was in touch. Taiwa was in touch. But that was always the danger, that the Kiwis would come right back. Well, that scrum wheeled. And again a big wheel on the scrum. But Rovers have it. Penalty for offside. No, it looks as if a fist went in. Smales again, a good kick, and Rovers gain ground, and they've run 2 tries in, the crowd willing them to go for another one. Fisher. Gratian. Getting it out again. Smith. Gratian. Ah, that's Banks. Clark. Excellent stuff, this by Rovers. They really have dominated this second half after trailing 22-4. Peter Smith not able to unload. Gratian showing the ball. The last tackle. Edwards this time. Now a knock on. Yes, so it's head and ball to Rovers. Inside the 25, that's where they need it. The Kiwis rocking at the moment. We've had 25 minutes of the second half, and it's 22-14 to the Kiwis, but they're shaky. And it's Rovers who should get the ball from this scrum. Well, another try for Rovers now would really have this game boiling, and the crowd. Bell. Banks. Manning. He got it out to Price. Surely one. A good kick ahead by Ropati. The ball clear. That was so close to a third try for Rovers. And we've not seen the Rovers defence split as easily in this second half as it was in the first. There's a kick. Is it going to drop inside? Yes, it does. Wallace, the skipper, gaining a lot of ground. A bit of a messy scrum, that. Tutor. And picked up by Watson. Will he go onto the post himself? Taiwa. Quick as a flash, Watson was onto that lost scrum, and before the Rovers defenders could realise what was happening and get back, it was Watson to Sherlock to Taiwa. Well, after their great revival, Rovers giving their supporters a lot to shout about. Suddenly it's all virtually back to square one. The scrum wheeled, Rovers lost possession that should have been theirs. Dave Watson saw the gap, and Taiwa's touchdown makes it 26-14 with a kick to come. Yes. (28-14) and the Kiwis breathe a little more easily now. New Zealand getting it from the kick-off with David Iwi. Man. What a strong player he is. He won't go down. Bancroft. Leota. Oh, Leota's going to the post. A great break by Leota. Finishes up under the post. There was no doubt once the cover was breached where he was going. Front row forward of great pace. Once he'd broken the cover, the result was inevitable. So again, 2 tries in as many minutes by the Kiwis has changed the whole complexion of the game. It looked as if the tourists were worried. They're not anymore. (34-14). (34-14) and the ball lost. But the Kiwis have now stretched their lead to quite comfortable proportions. Into the last quarter of an hour. Good heel this time. Manning, Sharp, Smales. Banks. Drummond. And a couple of knock-ons. Featherstone 14, New Zealand 34. Edwards not getting past Fisher. Bancroft. Nico. Kuiti. Getting it out beautifully. Wayne Wallace. Tutor is acting half-back. Up to Mann. Bancroft to Clark. A little kick by Bancroft. He's after it. It's hammered on. Oh, and Drummond missed it and got it at the second attempt. Wallace and Sherlock were charging through. Clark and Drummond exchanging more than words as play goes on with Bell. Fisher. Price. Hiwi. Sherlock. Watson. That's Taiwa running very strongly. Nico. And Mann. Mann just won't go down. He's such a strong forward. That's all right, says the referee. Smith. And the touch judge is on. And 10 minutes in the sin bin for Clark. From the penalty, Trevor Clark restarts with Bell. And the ball's lost. And regained. Play on, says the ref. Back to 6. Well, the best that Rovers can hope for is a grandstand finish, but they certainly bossed the first 20 minutes of this half. Smith. Gratian. Banks. Sharp. Bell. Clark. Very good solid tackle pushing him back, and it's the last of the sequence of tackles. Smith to Smales, loses it. Oh, so quick the Kiwis to turn defence into attack when Rovers lose possession. Sherlock. Huey, but Banks was across to cover. Bancroft to Clark. Tutor to Clark again. Nikau. Wallace. Remain to spare on the overlap. What? Taiwa. Kuiti. Oh, somebody's going to go under. Taiwa coming inside and getting his second try. Lovely move that. The Kiwis kept unloading the ball, wouldn't let it die. Taiwa very intelligent in that move twice and going inside to touchdown under the post. Bancroft sends it over, and that takes the Kiwis to 40 points. It looks as if the Rovers rally has run out of steam, and this very speedy Kiwi second string side, how lucky they are to have such good support for the test side, has run up 40 points now. I'm probably go looking for more. Taiwan. Man again. And forward pass, says the referee, who was right on the spot. Otherwise, Mike Kuiti was in full cry for the line. Bancroft. Banks. Oh, well done, Alan Banks. Has he the pace to make the line? What a good tackle. A super tackle that by Morgan Edwards, and it looks as if Alan Banks might be hurt. Penalty. Quickly taken by Manning. Fisher. Good solid tackling, keeping him out. But Rovers looking for a late try. And a touchdown, wriggling through. Well, someone will emerge from underneath. And whoever it is the man who wriggled through the tunnel. But certainly that makes the score. Featherstone Rovers 18, New Zealand 40. With the kick to come. Fisher, the man who burrowed through, and getting a big hand from the crowd. Round of applause for Andy Fisher. Smales. Yes. Exactly half the Kiwi total. $20 points to 40. Bancroft restarts. Drummond gets a round of applause for taking it. Well, we've had 60 points tonight. We can't complain about lack of entertainment. That's crossing, but when you put your hands on your head, you disappear. Gratian. Phil Bancroft felt the weight of the oldest handoff in rugby league. Peter Smith. Sharp. Running loose, Drummond couldn't get it, and it's in touch. Well, I wouldn't argue with the touch, Judge, but I would think that the last part of the body to touch that was the boot of Terry Manning. It's Rovers who have the put in. Offside at the scrum. George Mann begging to differ, but not sufficiently impolitely to incur another 10-yard penalty. Sharp to Bell. Smales. Gratian trying so hard to get it away. Smith, Manning. Oh, what a good catch. Mike Tweety getting that. Man, good short ball. Leota's off again. And he left Peter Smith behind, and Peter Smith's hurt, but the attack goes on. Away. Stewart. Sherlock. Kuwaiti.
Attention please, ladies and gentlemen. The Featherstone Rovers player of the match tonight, which is sponsored by Featherstone Carpet and Furnishings, goes to number 13, Andy Fisher.
Andy Fisher getting the Man of the Match award for Featherstone, the man who burrowed through the scrum to get the last Featherstone touchdown. And while Peter Smith was lying on the ground injured, he gets up now. Mike Kuwaiti finished off an excellent move for the 8th Kiwi try. No go, but it's 44-20. And we're in the last minute or so of the game. There is the hooter, and the Kiwis with yet another free-running display survived a little hiccup in the second half to win convincingly by 44 points to 20 in an 8-try display.